Welcome, welcome, and welcome to the Science of Lovemaking. My name is Atiya, the founder of the Marriage Tree, where we help men, women, and couples discover their own truth for a better marriage and relationship. In today's message, I would like to share with you 4 tips on how to spice things up in your relationship. Now, the science of lovemaking begins with loving communication. I want to say that again. The science of lovemaking begins with loving communication. And I say science rather than art because unlike art, which is concerned more with the aesthetic criteria, science deals with the body of facts or truths that is demonstrated and proven through general laws. Now, the truth of the matter is anyone can have sex. But when we talk about lovemaking or having a lovemaking experience, it's a very different conversation altogether. Lovemaking is another level of intimacy that has very little to do with sex, but rather a manner of interacting with your partner. And one of the things I always say to couples is this. It's not just about making love to the body, but also about learning how to make love to your mate's mind. Often the best foreplay starts outside of the bedroom. And if your game isn't on point outside of the sheets, then ultimately the game you are playing between them lasts only a fleeting moment. It's true enough that good sex may give you an amazing feeling for the moment, but authentic lovemaking hits the most erogenous zones every time, and the secret that creates a lasting experience. And an effective lover knows how to woo the human mind with a word. That's when you got skills. Both men and women have had multiple orgasms and were not even touched physically during the experience. Did you know that? And a good lovemaking session is rooted in loving communication. So never underestimate the power of a good word and a good ear. Those of you who have experienced it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is the same process of how a person can sing and shatter glass. The vibratory force of loving communication is way more effective than a quick roll in the hay. It's also the juice that gives sex the ultimate impact. Loving communication with your mate is about joyfully delighting in sharing with them. And a couple who has learned to lovingly communicate with one another has learned to look to one another as a source of their happiness, pleasure, and delight, and they unite and exchange willingly and find joy in doing so. And at that point, when the couple actually gets down to the business of physically pleasing one another, they are already hot because they both have seen good beforehand. So if you want to spice up your life, and if you want to spice up your love life or enhance the experience of your physical connection, start out by regularly practicing the following 4 tips that I'm about to share with you. Okay, the first tip is listen to what your mate has to say. It communicates and demonstrates that you value them and what they have to say. Sex is very intimate, and if a person, particularly a woman, does not feel you value them, it is very difficult to enjoy the sexual experience. They would otherwise feel cheap or dirty. The second tip, show your mate the utmost respect in word and deed. When you are kind, compassionate, understanding, and patient with others outside of your household, but are mean-spirited, cold, indifferent, and impatient with your mate, it communicates that not only do you lack appreciation for them, but it also says that you place a higher value on those outside of your house than you do with those inside. And let me tell you, that is a formula for the disintegration of your household. So in essence, you are saying to the universe that what is out there is better, and actually what is out there is better than and more valuable than what you currently have. And that in and of itself is a major disrespect because those in your household usually deal with your crap. And you all know what I'm talking about. The third tip, be gentle with one another and show kindness. Never allow someone to outdo you in the treatment of your mate. And likewise, don't treat strangers better than you treat your mate. No matter how annoyed you get with your spouse or no matter how upset you might be with them, would you ever say or do to someone else the things you say or do to your mate when you are upset or dissatisfied? That's something to think about. The fourth tip, sharpen your lovemaking skills by fine-tuning your communication skills. I want to say that again because this is a very important tip. Sharpen your lovemaking skills by fine-tuning your communication skills. Remember that every time you open your mouth to interact or exchange with your mate, it is a form of foreplay leading to intercourse. So don't allow your words or the vibrations of them to shatter the experience or lead to misunderstandings. Give your mate the gift of the best of you. Sexual beings are interested in being physically satisfied, no doubt about it. Many boast of having a great set of tools and knowing precisely how to use them. Some lovers, though, can be very selfish, leaving their partners wanting more. However, the more seasoned men and women understand and appreciate the importance of both parties being completely satisfied, as well as the ecstasy of a simultaneous climactic experience. Having great physical tools and the knowledge of how to use them comes a dime a dozen, and there is someone always willing to pick up the slack or fill the void. Yes, good sex can chill you completely out physically, and it doesn't always take a lot of work to get that good feeling. But real love making takes much more effort than that. And it's a science that can yield much greater results and rewards. Even on a bad day, lovemaking can relax the mind, it can soothe the soul, and make you feel like you are on top of the world. It's a high like no other high, and every authentic lover understands the need and the benefits of a great conversation. So I would like to thank you for listening to the science of lovemaking, and I hope you apply these 4 tips to spicing things up in your marriage and your relationship. So happy spicing it up and happy lovemaking. And thank you again for listening, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Have a good day.